Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Braylon, Pisces Priestess, and I'm sitting down here to talk to you a little bit about the Libra new moon happening tonight. Sorry, it's really hot right now. It's kind of ironic. I'm fanning myself with the beauty card, so that was really ironic. I'm actually going to continue to do it. It is so hot right now. I don't know if it's just the energy or what's going on, but yeah, definitely wanted to talk to you about the Libra new moon. I have videos for every full moon, every new moon. We have a new moon once every month and a full moon once every month. For those of you who are kind of new to the moon cycles, I love the moon. I'm always keeping track of where she's at and her effect on my emotions as a water sign. So we've got the moon and the sun in Libra right now, guys. Libra. And what that basically means, once every month, the moon and the sun they come together in the sky, and once every month they will oppose each other. So in a couple of weeks the sun will have moved into Scorpio and the moon will be full opposite of Scorpio and Taurus. Scorpio and Taurus are opposite signs. Libra and Aries are opposite signs. So we once a month we have the opportunity to use the new moon energy. This is when the moon is not visible in the sky, guys. So if you don't believe me, just go on outside and try to find the moon, okay? You're not gonna be able to see the moon for a few days, maybe around the 12th or 13th. We might see the little crescent of the moon show, but the moon is basically the dark side of the moon, like the shadow of the moon when we have a new moon, okay? Because the sun and the moon are both together, and they're gonna be exactly, I think this new moon is at 15 degrees, because right now the sun is at 15 degrees Libra, and then the moon is at 14 degrees Libra. So in 1 degree, by the time you guys are watching this, it takes a little while for me to edit it and stuff like that, but by the time you watch this, we'll be under that new moon energy in Libra. So yeah, guys, new moons to me, I'm realizing every month as I kind of study these new moons and feel the energy, this is definitely a time of darkness, because when the moon is full, that's a different story. So when I talk to you guys next time on the Taurus full moon, then we're going to be talking more about new beginnings and completions and stuff like that. But before a full moon can happen, we have to have this new moon. Before the moon can be filled with light, the moon has to have absence of light, basically. And in astrology, the moon is considered our soul. It's considered our emotions, our deep feelings, and what we hide even, right? So this has a more internal energy. And during times of the new moon, we wouldn't have natural light in the sky, even as farmers. So it's very symbolic to kind of find your own light over the next few days, basically 3 days before the new moon. So 3 days ago today, in 3 days. So around the 13th is when this moon's energy will start to subside. The moon will enter Scorpio, go through Sagittarius, it'll go through Capricorn and Aquarius and Pisces and Aries, and boom, by the time it reaches Taurus at the end of the month, we'll have that moon be filled with light. And this is when we gain subconscious awareness to stuff, guys. This is the time when I look a hot mess right now, it's so hot. But that'll be the time when secrets kind of emerge and stuff like that. But this is the time of going inward. The sun and the moon are together, and this is very rare. This is usually an eclipse or a new moon energy when this happens, when the sun and the moon, they're polar opposites, right? And it's interesting that should come up because Libra is a dual sign. I definitely have some notes here. Libra is a dual sign, so whenever you have a moon and a dual energy, it definitely works with masculine, feminine, light and dark, you know what I mean? The yin and the yang kind of energy like that. Libra, Gemini, and Pisces are all dual signs. So this is something that those 3 signs represent, the duality of being 2 different opposing forces and kind of representing the balance of those things together. So speaking of balance, that is what Libra is all about. This is a Libra new moon, you guys. So shout out to the Libra moons, the Libra suns. Happy birthday to you guys. And the Libra risings. Libra moon especially, because you guys are kind of the physical representation of this moon. When you guys were born, the moon was in Libra, so this is going to be extra interesting for you guys. I'm not sure if you guys are feeling that, but we all have Libra somewhere in our chart, and to me, we need to focus on what it is that Libra represents for the zodiac. Libra is the only zodiac sign that doesn't have a heartbeat. Libra is the only inanimate object, like something that's not alive. It's not an animal, it's not a person, it's not something that has a heartbeat. Libra is an object, so that sets it apart from all the other zodiacs. And I feel like that's why Libra has the capability to kind of distribute balance, because there's a natural detachment there that takes place with Libra being an air sign, and with Libra being the only object in the zodiac, right? All of us, I'm a fish, you know, Pisces is a fish, Capricorn's a goat, Taurus is a bull. We have all these different animal representations, and then, you know, even a few humans in there, like Gemini are the twins, and Virgo is the virgin. But all of those things have a heartbeat. Libra is an object. And so it can kind of be accurate to say that we are all objects to Libra. Like Libra is the justice card. So they're really detached. They're able to really, you know, use their mind to kind of distribute peace and distribute harmony. You know, it makes sense why Libra is an air sign and why Libra is an object, because if Libra had like deep emotion, or if they were deeply grounded, or even deeply fiery, if they were anything besides air, and if excuse me, if they had like a heartbeat or anything like that, it would make it too personal. And Libra is the judge, you know what I mean? Like, and they have to take a real strong middle stance on things. So guys, this energy could be coming up in our life right now. Like, some of us could be caught in the middle of two different people, two different roads, two different ways of being. Like, this is a very dual energy. This is Libra season. Every Libra season we have a new moon. Just like next month in Scorpio season, we'll have a Scorpio new moon. So whenever it's your zodiac season, basically whenever your birthday comes around, just know that this is your time of light and darkness. That's why there's a new moon every zodiac season. And then the opposite of that sign experiences a full moon. So while the actual zodiac sign is experiencing light and dark with the new moon, I guess, you know, the opposite sign would be experiencing light and dark as well, with the moon being filled with light, okay? So that's going to be Taurus next month, and we're dealing with some strong Venus energy here. So that brings me to talk a little bit about Venus energy. You know, since we're under this new moon of Libra, you always want to look at what the sign means, what the sign is, what it symbolizes, and what the ruling planet is, what the house is. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But Venus is coming up right now. Venus is retrograde in Scorpio, okay? So there's a lot of focus here being put on our relationships, guys, because Libra is the 7th house of relationships, and that's why Libra is balanced and fair and has to consider both sides to a spectrum. Libra is not biased, right? Libra just considers both ends to a situation, to an argument, to a spectrum. It's duality, you know, both sides matter, because when it comes to a balance scale, it's like the weight on each side, it affects the opposite side, you see. And I understand that as a Pisces with the swimming, and I'm sure Gemini understands that with the twins, that whole duality with the light and the dark thing. It's just all about fairness. You know, it's definitely about understanding someone that opposes you, or so Aries is coming up here a little bit with the new moon in Libra. Aries is opposite of this. So this is the 7th house on that wheel right there, guys. This is the 7th house of relationships and partnerships, okay? So very important here that we're really considering our balance, and, you know, the opposite of balance, you know, unbalanced, basically. So we need to consider what is balance. We need to consider the lack thereof balance, and it's all going to come up with Libra, right? Even balance has balance, you know what I mean? So we really need to be focusing on that, you know, balance in all areas of our life. And I don't want you guys to just think that Libra is confined to just love, even though Libra's ruled by Venus. Don't get me wrong, Libra focuses very much on relationships in astrology. But one thing that I've realized studying these energies over the past couple years is that when you talk about the 7th house, we all have a 7th house. It's opposite of our rising. It's the descendant house, because the rising is the 1st house, and it's the ascending. And then we have a descendant. So for me, that would be Cancer. You know, if you have an Aries rising, that would be Libra. So our 7th house, you know, we have to be careful, because it could potentially be our downfall sometimes. And that's why the 7th house usually speaks to some sort of balance, all right? So we definitely want to be focusing on that. And what I was going to say is that this is all relationships, guys. Not just romantic relationships, but the relationships we have with our children, the relationships we have with our pets and our friends and our co-workers and our parents, and just all kinds of relationships. That all fits into the 7th house, okay? And that's why there's a lot there that needs to be balanced all the time. Only Libra can handle this house, you know, but we all have our own 7th house, right? So you want to look to your own 7th house right now to kind of see where it is that relationships are playing a factor in. You could look to your own Libra energy too. I have Libra in my 9th house, so this energy is very educational for me. You know, I like to study when it comes to Libra energy. I like to learn things when it comes to Libra energy. And Libra energy is cardinal air. So we have a new moon in a cardinal sign, guys. So this is about setting intention and planting new seeds of action. Okay, whenever you have a new moon in a cardinal sign, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, or Aries, this is all about persevering forward. So with Libra, it's more in the mind, though, I would say. So tonight, every new moon, I take out a piece of paper. And I write at the top, you know, so-and-so new moon. Tonight it's going to be Libra new moon. I do this every month. I've done it every month for over a year. I will be doing this later tonight, guys, probably like right after this video. So I write the new moon at the top of the paper, and then I write down all my wishes and my dreams and my goals and what I want to see happen by the time of the full moon in Taurus. So tonight, if you guys want to participate in that, which reminds me, I need to light my candle here in a minute, especially before I pull the cards. Tonight, if you want to join me with that, it's called a spiritual burning. It's very magical, you know. It's kind of a ritual. It's kind of a practice that you can do. It's definitely for beginners, because most people are kind of a little iffy about magic and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, when you write down your intentions, that's magical enough. Like, that is the power of intent. That is making something you think physical. So that's important, guys, because we're going from a new moon in an air sign to a full moon in an earth sign. So this is, whenever you have earth and air energy, it involves your mind, and it involves what's physical. So thoughts in our mind can be put physical on a piece of paper and then burned with fire. So that's even involving the fire element, and maybe we can put emotion into it to involve all the 4 elements, right? So that it's kind of a magician vibe. But I'm telling you, if you write your intent on a piece of paper, and it makes it even more powerful when you do this on new moons, and you're supposed to, well, you're not supposed to, there's no rules here, guys, but it works best when you write on the new moon and when you burn on the full moon. So basically, you're going to have a piece of paper chilling for 2 weeks, right? Building potency. Maybe you read that piece of paper. You know, I always light a candle on top of my new moon paper, and then I might read it every so often. But then in 2 weeks, at the end of the month, on the Taurus full moon, I'm going to take my new moon Libra intentions, and then I'm going to go outside and I'm going to burn it on the full moon, and that's going to bring everything I wrote on that piece of paper into fruition. It burns, and it, you know, ashes are really important. It's a sign of rebirth. It's a sign of transformation. So you're basically, your words are being reborn into the universe and burned. I picture the words burning into our universe forever. Once you burn that piece of paper. And I can actually show you guys. I always keep little pieces of my spiritual burning. So, you know, there's always certain stuff that, like, sometimes there's messages and stuff that is left over on the piece of paper. One of the first spiritual burnings that I ever did, all that was left of it was an infinity sign, and that's too far down in there. It's very small, but I thought that was really cool that the infinity symbol was left over. So if that's something you guys want to do, it's worked really beautiful for me. It's been really, really wonderful. Really seeing how the magic of our intentions, like, that's what this new moon is all about, guys. It's just our intentions, and it's our mental intentions. Like, chances are you've been thinking about something that you want to do with this Libra energy. Libra is all about thinking about what you want to do, because you take air, which is thoughts, you take cardinal, which is doing and action. And so, you know, it's about putting your thoughts into action. So what have you been thinking about lately? Especially when it comes to our relationships and partnerships, any business partnerships, things like that. If there's any thoughts that you've had that you want to take action towards, mentally, physically, whatever, you know, because this is going to get very grounded at the next time the moon is full. It'll be in a fixed earth sign, so we'll have to stabilize our foundation then, guys. But it has a lot to do with communication as well. So the communication in our relationships is coming up. Maybe some of us need to set intention, plant new seeds when it comes to communication in our relationships. Communication, hello. Why do you think Libra is the house of relationships, and it's also the cardinal air sign? That's not a coincidence. Communication is key. Communication is something that helps balance out relationships. So that's really interesting how astrology even explains that, you know. We talked about Libra being the scales. So this is the time of year, guys, where our awareness becomes centered around balance. And the sun is our subconscious, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of balance that's going to be taking place in our subconscious state, because God, like, I don't know how your guys' dreams have been, but my dreams have kind of been crazy lately. So there's some balance taking place. But yeah, this energy is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Today, I didn't even know the new moon was today. I honestly thought it was tomorrow, and then I don't know why I had the 9th in my head, the 9th, October 9th, October 9th. But then I looked when I woke up today. You know, I have a lot of astrologer pals, and so I definitely seen that it was the new moon today, and it makes sense, you know, because let me tell you something. For all the Libras watching, you guys have a pretty sexual energy. I haven't been with many Libras, honestly. So that might just be something that I'm not hip to or whatever. But Libra, like, come on now, like, you guys definitely, like, it's a very social sexual energy too, and it's almost platonic, like detached in a way. So how does it doesn't get any hotter than that. Like, it's really interesting, the energy I felt over the past few hours building up. Like, I'm really in tune with the universe, and I see it through people's statuses and certain, like, conversations that take place, you know. It's the house of relationships, you know, and Libra is the 12th house of Scorpio for a reason. You know, we have sex and relationships, intimacy and relationships right together, the 7th and the 8th house. So Scorpio and Libra, we're going to be going through that cusp of drama and criticism soon, guys, around the 17th, when we mix this Scorpio and Libra energy. So our you know, I don't know where the sexual energy is coming from. I just wanted to comment on that a little bit to see if anyone else has been feeling that. I think it's just this Venus energy going retrograde in Scorpio, and now this new moon energy kind of activating it with Libra. And then at the end of the month, this Venus energy will be even further activated with the new moon, Scorpio season, and then Venus going back into Libra. So it's all going to be interesting, guys. I'm pretty chill with Libra energy because I just trust that they're archangels, you know, the archangels of chaos and balance. So chaos in our life, in our relationships, in our communication styles, they're all kind of being balanced out. The most important thing to keep in mind, guys, is that this is a dual sign. So it is not okay right now. No offense, Aries, but, you know, the first house is kind of irrelevant to the 7th house. It does shadow it, but when it comes to Libra, there is no I in team. Like, literally, no I in team, not even the one that you can shade in with the A. No, like, there's both sides to everything. And it's about fairness. You know, when you consider fairness and equality and harmony and peace, like, you know, it's just a collective energy. Wherever there was two, there was one. I don't even know what that means. My guides are kind of chilling right now, but where there was one, there was two. Basically, I'm just saying everything has an opposite, right? Hot and cold, up and down, left and right, yes and no, black and white, light and dark, feminine, masculine, yin, yang. And everyone knows that in order to have a full completion like that, you need two of something, right? Just like when we have a full moon at the end of the month, we're going to need Scorpio and Taurus, not just Scorpio, not just Taurus. And that's why on the zodiac wheel, we all have our own opposite signs, guys. So when it comes to harmony, for the next few weeks, you know, we have a couple more weeks of Libra season before Scorpio comes in and transforms everything. But before that happens, Libra has to balance our universe out. That's why Libra's second house is Scorpio, not Taurus. Libra's third house is Sagittarius, not Gemini. If you notice, Libra represents a alternate universe, kind of. It's like a parallel universe to Aries. Aries is the natural first house of our universe, but Libra is the first house when it comes to them. So if you have a Libra rising, you probably understand this. But yeah, guys, it's really hot right now, and you know, I know your guys' favorite part anyway is always to just get the messages of the cards. I had no idea what tarot cards to use for this video. I almost used my angel cards because Libra's an archangel, but I just really wasn't feeling those energies. This is a dark full moon, so I really wanted to use my Wisdom of the House of Night cards. I'll probably use those for my Taurus video too, you know. So I'm just led to these cards, guys, so we'll use these, and we'll see what's coming up for the 12 zodiac signs. So this is just kind of a message to further help us understand. I'm gonna have to sit up for this, to help us further understand this Libra message. I got to get ready for this energy, guys. Pushing my chair up. All right. So yeah, this is just going to be whatever comes out, guys. Whatever you take from this message, you're obviously going to know. Before I start, I definitely want to light this candle. I use this for the fall equinox, which is symbolized by Libra energy. So if you can tell, one candle is gone, and this represented the light and dark, you see. So I'm actually going to use the candle of light and light it now for the new moon, for our energy. So this can symbolize our light. And I'm just going to set this up here. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, guys, this is just going to be a Libra new moon message. So this maybe just as a little hint, whatever message comes out, guys, it could be something that we need to further balance. It could be something about our relationship advice. It's just Libra energy advice, okay? So we'll see what's going on. I'm going to break it all down by house. So we're going to start with Aries. Aries, you're the first house. Libra is your opposite sign. So this energy could definitely be a bit of an opposition to you. I don't know if you're getting taken down a notch or what, Aries, but I just needed to get a little bit lower. Yeah, so I just went through an opposition with Virgo season. The last new moon opposed me. So when you take a new moon, which is kind of a dark time if you think about it, because the sky is literally not lit by the moon. So it can be kind of difficult because the moon is opposing you. It's kind of far. It's the farthest away that it can get from you. So it has direct eye view to you, and Libra is your shadow, Aries, and the moon is a shadow. So, you know, if you're feeling any energies come up, any emotion or anything like that, especially in your relationships, because this is in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, for you, Aries, just know that it's probably this new moon influence. So this is a great time for you to set new intention for your relationships. This is a good time for you to set new intentions in partnerships or even in communication or anything like that. Relationships with all people, friends. So if you have any relationships that you want communication about or anything like that, great time to do that, Aries. But let's see what the cards have to say for you, Aries. This is for Aries for the new moon in Libra. Let's just get one card, please, guys. Please don't mess with me today. Just one card that will best explain the messages for Aries. What can we talk to Aries about? Aries, the cardinal fire sign, the first house of the universe. What is the new moon in Libra message for Aries? Okay. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that, but we had reminder jump out. So this new moon is kind of like a reminder. For some reason, what I got immediately, Aries, is that this moon is kind of excuse me, nostalgic a little bit. Could definitely be feeling a little bit of nostalgia because this is a reminder. But you know what this card means in this deck? It means being tested over. Something is happening in Aries' life right now. According to this card, this could be happening to you, where something you thought you already learned or something that you thought you already like kind of accomplished or something like that is coming back around. Okay, so if there's anything that you've experienced before that you're experiencing again around the time of this new moon, the universe is kind of doing that to see if you really learned. So this is about not forgetting everything that you've learned, Aries. And this could, excuse me, definitely be in your relationships. If there's something, if there's a relationship that's coming back around this new moon, you know, as far as your intentions, maybe don't forget your intentions that you had. There's a reminder here of your intentions about this relationship or about the other person's intentions. But we do have the 28. 8 plus 2 is 10. Give me a minute. That was a hard one. So 10 is a completion. So maybe there's a reminder here about something that has completed, or maybe there's a reminder here about setting new intention for a cycle to complete or something like that. But don't forget, Aries, there's something that this moon is coming up. This moon is a reminder for you. Okay, it's a reminder for you to remember something. And don't forget about your relationships, Aries. Don't forget about love. Don't forget about your heart. Don't forget about the love, you know. And then this message came out. I hope you guys saw that it kind of flew out. So we've got the focus card here. Okay, this always reminds me of a Sagittarius. Okay, because we have the bow and arrow. But there is something that you're focusing on, Aries, and this is the 17. All right, the 17. I don't know if the 28th of October is going to be important for you guys, or if the 17th of October is going to be important. But we have 7 plus 1, which is 8. So maybe you need to focus on what's hidden. Maybe you need to focus on the intimacy and not forgetting that intimacy, because 8 is intimacy in astrology. 8 reminds me of intimacy and sexual feelings, stuff like that. But you know, you guys might be focusing right now on something, focusing on a reminder, focusing on the intimacy in something. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. Maybe there's something here about that reminder, like remembering something about something that you focused on. Okay, Aries. But the bottom of your deck, we have a strong, completed energy. This makes sense, Aries, because this is 6 months ago, there was your energy, right? 6 months ago, there was a new moon in Aries. So there's definitely cycles coming up for you guys. Whenever you're dealing with an opposite sign, there's always cycles. And the bottom of your deck is definitely love. So this is a love message for you guys, which is great because this is all about relationships and partnerships, right? So there's something here about not forgetting the love, not forgetting your heart, remembering that it's okay to open your heart again, Aries. This card definitely talks about opening your heart again. It is safe for you to love, Aries. You can't go through a 7th house. Like, Libra represents your relationships. Very important that you're having balanced relationships, Aries. And there's a number 10 here. So that this is a beginning and an ending, right? Because we have 10, but 0 plus 1 is 1 still. So every ending is a beginning. So, you know, if something some of you guys might be going through endings right now, but just know for every closed door, the universe is going to open a new door. But there's something here that you're needing to focus on in your relationships, and it's something that you can't forget, something that maybe you thought you learned before about your own heart, but it's coming up again for a reason, Aries. So just, you know, do your best to kind of follow your intuition about that message. I just see that you're focusing on a reminder. You're reminding yourself about something, and you know, really kind of reopening your heart after a very time of having that wall built up, Aries. Like, a lot of you guys have had a wall built up when it comes to romance and love and stuff like that, but these energies are working for you and sending you people, places, and things to help you open that heart up again. Okay, so just remember balance when it comes to that. And now we're going to move on to Taurus energy. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, the 2nd house of our universe, the fixed earth sign. Taurus, this is your 6th house. Libra is your 6th house of work, lifestyle, health, routine, service to other people. So let's see, maybe there's some balance that you're in need of, Taurus, when it comes to your services and work. Maybe you need to apply balance to your routine. Because Libra is the 6th house of Taurus, that tells me automatically that balance is very much needed, especially because you guys are a fixed sign. So balance is important to all the fixed signs, honestly. Because fixed signs mean that you're stable, right? You're not cardinal, you're not mutable. So it's not about action or change. It's about what takes place in between those two things, right? Which is stable, which is balance, okay? Stability. So there's some balance coming up here for you, Taurus, that the universe is trying to talk to you about when it comes to your lifestyle, and when it comes to your work and your routine, okay? And we have individuality, Taurus. So who are you? It's interesting that you're going through this energy. Libra energy is more so about, it's the opposite of Aries. This reminds me of Aries. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aries, because individuality is all about that 1st house of self. So this is Taurus. I'm gonna channel a little bit for you. I feel like this is something that, well, this is about your 6th house. So who are you? And how is your lifestyle, how is your routine basically an extension of your individuality, right? Like, do you work somewhere? Are your services that you offer an extension of who you are? Like, do they further express? Because this is a very expressive card. Like, she's got tattoos on her face, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, I just got kind of a weird vibe that some of you guys maybe aren't accepted as individuals when it comes to your work and your lifestyle. But we've got this bird here, and when I see birds on tarot cards, it always reminds me of flight. It always reminds me of freedom, the wind beneath your wings type of thing. So I don't know why you guys need to hear this, Taurus, but you are free to be who you are. Okay, I'm saying maybe you as an individual needs balance. Maybe there needs to be a life-work balance. So when it comes to you, don't lose yourself as an individual when it comes to overextending yourself to services for other people, like working overly amount in your job. You know, it needs to be balanced, it needs to be fair. And this new moon is going to show you where you're not balanced as an individual. And what it's telling me, Taurus, is most of the imbalance that you're feeling is due to some sort of service that you're offering other people. Whatever you're doing for work, Taurus, whatever you're doing, like you may be doing that in a way where you're losing yourself as an individual. So be careful not to lose your identity, right? Because you're all about worth and value, Taurus. So you have to value yourself enough to know when you're not getting enough in return for some reason. Libra is definitely about the give and the take. All right, so okay, there could be something here about health as well, individuality and health, but I feel like, Taurus, you're going to know what I'm talking about when this message reaches you. Hopefully you're using your own intuition here. I have a Taurus moon, so I'm definitely listening here to my guides and to the card coming up. We have a 47. That's the 11, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got some friends and groups and stuff coming up here, because the number 11 in astrology is Aquarius energy. I'm not sure if some of you are dealing with Aquarius, but just keep in mind the card is individuality, right? So this talks about who you are, talks about everyone being unique as an individual for a reason, right? So I'm not sure if, because I do feel this thing about you losing your individuality to something. Like you haven't been feeling yourself, Taurus, which means you haven't been feeling grounded. You haven't been feeling stable. You haven't been feeling worthy or valued or appreciated or hungry. Just kidding. We're always hungry. You are a hungry individual, Taurus. But you know what I mean. You get what I mean. Like there's things about you that have kind of been lacking lately. And it might have something to do with an Aquarius. It might have something to do with groups of friends. It might have something to do with the community you live in. But for some reason, this new moon is going to show you. And now we do have the Hope card, okay? So there's some letting go taking place here, because I'm seeing letting go here, all right? You're going to successfully let something go, Taurus. And also, this is inspiration, and this is another Aquarius vibe. So some of you are definitely, if you're a Taurus watching, dealing with an Aquarius, or if you have Aquarius energy, or there's an Aquarius around you, this is also my Aquarius card. And it's the number 9, so you're like learning from inspiration right now, Taurus, or you could learn from it for sure. But hope and inspiration and renewal and faith and everything like that is Aquarius energy. This is like the star card. So there's something here that you still have hope in, Taurus. It may be something about you as an individual, or maybe some of you are letting go of hope, okay? Because I do see you successfully letting go of something. And kind of regaining inspiration for something. Like I feel like this new moon is going to re-inspire you guys as individuals. So if I were you, Taurus, I would just, you know, I would focus. You're being told that when the individuality card comes up, it's because we're losing ourselves to the masses, okay, Taurus? So I don't know how this happened. You know, cows, they do run in herds sometimes. So I don't know if your territory is being, you know, messed with or something like that, or if there's just something, you know, in your area, you know, affecting your groundedness or something. Something's going on here. But I feel like it has something to do with relationships and balance and groups and friends and work. So you guys are probably pretty stressed out. But hopefully this message helped in some way. Just know that even the universe is telling you to look more at yourself and an individual, the direction you want to fly in. And we have hope. So there's something here to continue having hope about, Taurus. It could be a relationship. It could be something to do with your lifestyle or work, but just keep it balanced. You know what I mean? And it also could have something to do with some sort of Aquarius. So keep your eye out for that. Okay, Taurus? So let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, you're an air sign. So you probably understand this energy a bit differently than what the rest of us do. Wow, that is weird. But this is your 5th house, Gemini. So this is pretty fun energy for you. The 5th house is all about creativity. The 5th house is about soulmates. Whoa, my hair is a mess right now. The 5th house is about soulmates and romance and expression. It's the house of Leo, but for you, it's the house of, and I think this trines you. I think the 5th house trines you, because Cancer trines me, I think. So I feel like Libra is a triney energy for you. Like it's really positive flow. It's an air sign. Even though you're mutable Gemini, you are dual as well, Gemini. So you and Libra are dual and air signs. So this is going to be really cool for you. Now, this is your 5th house, okay? So, you know, romance, creativity, expression, all of that stuff. Soulmates, even children, okay? So some of you guys are dealing with children and stuff. Same card that came out for Taurus, Gemini, but it came up upside down. And you guys seen me shuffle that, right? Well, this card fell on the ground, and it's the same card for Taurus. So maybe you guys are dealing with a Taurus. Maybe you have your own Taurus energy, but individuality upside down. So as an individual, Gemini, something has got you turned upside down right now. Taurus got the same card, but when I picked this up, it was reversed. So I don't know what's going on, Gemini. Maybe there's something that's just not right side up with you guys. We do have denial here, all right? So I'm not sure if you guys were denied something lately, Gemini. This does talk about reaching for something too soon when something isn't ripe. So maybe there's always a too soon energy that I pick up with you, Gemini. It's always like almost like an impatient energy, and you guys are the Knight of Swords in tarot. So sometimes with this air energy, Libra can definitely influence you guys like this, if you know what I mean. When Libra energy gets around Gemini energy, you guys are used to that air, you know, you guys are air signs too, so you know, your thoughts pick up, you're talking more, you're charging forward more because you're comfortable with this energy. But just be careful not to charge, especially with romance or with anything that has to do with children or anything like that. Just be careful, because I do feel intuitively a bit of a, like, I don't know why I just heard strike while the iron is hot. I don't know what that is, but this card is denial. So I don't know if you guys were denied something too soon, but this guy here, this hand, he's reaching for some sort of fruit in a tree that is not ripe yet, okay? So in this case, the fruit, it's not the forbidden fruit, Gemini, even though you guys are hella Adam and Eve. This could be symbolic for anything you want in life. It could be a relationship, it could be something something creative, a job, whatever you guys are wanting right now. You're gonna know what this is intuitively. You want it really bad, okay? And you want it so bad that you almost want to get it before the universe is ready to give it to you, I guess. Something's not quite ripe. And this is a new moon, Gemini, so maybe this is something that the universe is trying to tell you, like, this is not ripe until the full moon. We have the 14 up there. I just realized that. So October 14th might be important. Or 4 + 1 is 5, which is, this is 5th house energy. So Gemini, you are being denied something that causes you pleasure, and it's been a long time coming. You guys have been denied something that this is the house of happiness too, okay? The 5th house is a very happy energy. It's where our joy is, it's where our creativity is. So you guys could definitely be reaching for your happiness, but just make sure you're clear about what it is you're reaching for and why it causes you happiness, okay? Because, you know, sometimes we can get caught up mentally in that kind of stuff, and we can reach way too soon for things. So something's just not quite ripe yet, Gemini. Don't you want the best of it, right? Maybe not. But yeah, something's just still growing. Something needs a little bit more time, and I feel like it has something to do with your happiness. Now remember, this is Libra energy, so this is about balance and fairness, Gemini, okay? It's about harmony. So maybe you're being denied something because if you were to grab this thing, person, place, maybe it would, you know, disrupt the balance in your life, disrupt the duality, okay? So denial. The universe might deny you something. Remember, rejection is your protection. That card has come up for you before. So I don't know why this is coming up with individual reverse. Like, you guys were denied something as an individual that caused you, you know, this is why you guys are not happy as individuals right now, right? And we have fragments and the warrior. So you guys are really fighting right now, right? You're fighting to summon certain things for yourself. The warrior is definitely, to me, it reminds me of war, right? Like Mars energy. And then fragments is talking about feeling in pieces. So you're fighting for the pieces of yourself, Gemini. This is a really interesting message for you guys. You know, leave it to Libra energy to really awaken that duality. So for Pisces and Gemini, every year in Libra season, we get checks and balances, like in the court system. Like, it's very important that both our sides are being treated fair. Libra is like, come on, Gemini, why is your dark twin over there crying? You know, like, come on, Pisces, why is that fish just sitting there? You know what I mean? Like, it's easy. I think Libra is like the master of duality, and then Gemini and Pisces come in. Libra just has it under control, but come on now, Libra, you ain't got no heartbeat, man. It's hard to be alive, right, Gemini? Like, you have a whole ass two people, right? You got two whole ass beings that are battling and dueling. Like, duel is a battle. So maybe that's what's coming up here. And then we have the number 2 up there. So maybe there's something where that's fighting. We have the 14 and the 15. I didn't see that, but that's a synchronicity. So 14th and the 15th, maybe something's gonna ripen around that time for you, Gemini. But For real. This is about your duality and balancing, finding your happiness, because something's not right, Gem. Something's not right, Gemini. My cards don't lie, and this came up straight up upside down. So there's something about you. This is your individuality that is upside down, and only you can determine that. If it were up to me, I would say intuitively it has something to do with your duality. Something isn't balanced. Something isn't right. All right? You got to get that right before the moon goes into Gemini, okay? Because next couple months from now in Sagittarius season, we're going to have a Gemini full moon, all right? So hopefully that helps, Gemini. I feel like, how do I say this? It's probably because of something that you reached for that you thought would cause you happiness is why you're upside down. I don't know why that's so hard to get out right now, but hopefully you knew what I meant. Like, this is most likely caused by some sort of lack of happiness in your life. But wait to the 14th and the 15th to get more information about this, and wait for the full moon in Taurus. Especially because we have this energy with Taurus. Taurus got this card too, so Taurus full moon, something coming to fruition. All right. So let's move on to Cancer, the 4th house. Speaking of the 4th house, Cancer, this is a 4th house transit for you. So Libra is 4 signs away from you, okay? So this is interesting because you are the 4th house. You're going through 4th house energy. And this squares you, Cancer. Whenever you go through 4th house, so when Pisces goes through Gemini energy, or when Virgo goes through Sagittarius energy, or when Libra goes through Capricorn energy, like, this is a square, all right? Just like this. So here you are as the 4th house. Here's Libra as the 7th house. So it's interesting how emotions and family and home life naturally squares the house of relationships. Where does most of our problems come from in our relationships? Usually it's our family life, or maybe some of you guys are going through this right now. Maybe it's our family and emotions and relationships are colliding, right? This 4th house energy is going to be pretty emotional for you, Cancer. You're ruled by the moon. So every time I do these videos, I keep in mind that Cancer is ruled by the moon. You guys are the cardinal water sign, so you're going to be feeling the feels. Libra is a cardinal energy, so that's something that's kind of working in your favor. You know, you're going to understand this get up and go energy. It's just going to be kind of emotional for you. So you're going to want to put some of the way you feel into action, right? You've probably been doing a lot of thinking about the ways that you feel, and you're probably thinking about things that you can't do, because I feel like you guys are kind of like the Chariot card right now, where something's in your way and you have to this is such a Chariot card vibe, where there's obstacles in the way of a chariot that's trying to move forward, right? Cancer, you're the Chariot card in tarot. It's all about victory, but it's about mental victory, because the chariot doesn't have actual reins to control. That was my dog coughing outside the door. But yeah, in the Chariot card, he controls these figures, this a white and a black figure, which is duality. I wish I could show you, but I don't have my other cards with me. But yeah, you guys might want to look up the Chariot card and see what's going on. But let's talk about the card that came out for you guys. It's the same card that I was fanning myself with at the beginning of this video. Beauty. This is a beautiful 4th house. See the 40? 4th house moon, okay? So beautiful card, literally beautiful card to come out for you guys, Cancer. Beauty is a Librarian energy, because they're ruled by Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty. So this is all about beauty for you, Cancer. Like, the universe is literally doing beautiful things for you. Beautiful people, places, and things, you know. Beautiful emotions. Beauty in your family, maybe even in your home life. As far as setting new intention, because this moon is about setting new intention. So if there's anything about your living situation, or about your home, or your foundation, your family, your roots, that's your energy, Cancer. That's what Libra represents for you. So if you guys have any, like, something that you want to come to fruition at the end of the month, I would definitely be setting intention for this. New beginnings in the home life, new beginnings in family life, new beginnings when it comes to your roots, and, you know, wherever it is that you consider yourself from. Because there's something beautiful that's about to happen, Cancer. I love this rose. It reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. So there's something here that can have the ability to grow beautifully. But what this card talks about in this deck is, you know, every rose has its thorn. It does say that. And it talks about how, so that's taking the good and the bad and the ugly, you know what I mean? And also, Cancer, this is talking about beauty not being skin deep. So with Venus going retrograde and things like that, we can have certain things come up about our appearances and things like that. So I'm not sure if that's going to apply to some of you guys, but please know that you guys are beautiful energies. You guys are beautiful individuals. Seriously, such beautiful high priestesses and high priests. Very psychic. There's some sort of message of beauty, and we have that 40 there. 4 plus 0 is 4. So this is about the beauty of your home. Maybe some of you guys are doing remodeling or something, or maybe you guys are wanting to do some sort of remodeling, or you know, you want beauty in your home. This is the time of year where Cancer really is interested in that kind of stuff, making their home more comfortable, you know. And then the bottom of the deck is hope. And we had this card come out for Taurus, I believe. So you guys could be, you know, intertwined with some sort of Taurus. But there's always hope and beauty, Cancer. Okay, and we have that full moon there, all right? So there might be something at the end of the month for you guys coming up. This is going to be beautiful for you guys. The new moon is beautiful for you guys. And the full moon in Taurus at the end of the month is going to be beautiful. And we have the 27 up there. I'm not sure if the 27th of October is important. Or if... the full moon in Taurus is going to restore hope and beauty back into something. It might have to do with an apology, though, Cancer, because we have the Grove here, all right? So there might be some sort of hidden apology coming up for you guys, because this is about healing in apologies, right? Saying I'm sorry to certain people or because of certain situations. So maybe there's an apology that restores hope for you. And this is ultimately going to be something that's very beautiful. So when it comes to this metaphorical rose here, I feel like this is going to, there's something that's growing. And I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see this, but we have a moon. There is a moon right here. Okay? There's a moon right there on the petal of the flower. So I feel like there's something here emotionally that's growing. Knowing that your emotions are beautiful, Cancer, because us water signs are really oppressed emotionally. But you grow from that place. This is your roots. Your roots are beautiful. Wherever you're from, Cancer, whatever you still have hope in, that's beautiful, okay? It's worth healing, all right? It's worth growing. So hopefully that makes sense, Cancer. I just know this is going to be something for you to be going through a 4th house transit. You're going to feel empowered because of this, but it is going to bring a lot of emotions up, but it's ultimately going to be beautiful and it's going to be inspiring, okay? So just hang in there and just, you know, allow yourself to feel what you feel. So let's go to Leo energy. Leo, the 5th house, the fixed fire sign, Leo. This is your 3rd house, Leo. Libra is 3 signs away from you. This light. Libra is 3 houses away from you. My lighting is weird, guys. Sorry. So this is all about short distance travels. I just seen the card movement. So some of you guys might be moving, not very far away though, but you guys could be traveling to places that are like a couple hours away or 30 minutes away, just traveling. And this is also about communication. The 3rd house is all about communication. So it's interesting, Leo, that you've got Libra as your 3rd house. So this is about balancing out the ways that you communicate with people and how, so listening and communicating and how that balances out between you and other people. Going the distance mentally, right? Maybe you guys are doing some talking about short distance travel, okay? And you got, wow, interesting, Leo. So it's really interesting what's going on here. So you have the 3rd house energy, right? And we have the High Priestess of Earth coming up with the number 3 up there. So that same thing happened to Gemini too, or Cancer, sorry. They went through 4th house energy and got a number 4. And that happened to Gemini too, I believe. And then you are going through 3rd house energy and you've got the number 3. So we've got a significant Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy. I'm not sure how that's going to apply to some of you, but some of you could be, maybe you have your own earth energy, but this is an earth woman. Could definitely be a man too. And maybe you guys are communicating. So the communication that takes place between you and earth signs around this time is very, very important, I'm seeing. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you're doing any traveling with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this High Priestess of Earth comes up to symbolize our physical environment, our body, our health, Leo. So this is talking about your health. Maybe there's some balance that needs to come up there. This is talking about grounding yourself outside. Like, I know it's getting kind of cold, but today in Michigan it was like super hot. So if you can, get outside and walk barefoot. Okay, this card comes up for people that need to ground themselves, right? So your physical body and your earth and logic, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy is really important. But it's really interesting that you got the Forbidden card and a reminder. So Leo, don't forget about the reminder of what you've been told is forbidden. So the Forbidden card, we do have risk here too. So there's an Aries individual. Maybe some of you are risking a foundation. There's a complicated risk, like you guys risked something complicated, or maybe you took a risk even though something was very complicated. And there is a reminder here of what's forbidden. So don't forget what's forbidden for you, Leo. And the Forbidden card talks about the word no. Okay, this is talking about no. And it's interesting in this card. Oh my god, I'm all orange. This card talks about relationships and how if people aren't meant for you, then Goddess, the universe, whatever you believe in, will actually whisper to those people to stay away from you, Leo. So I don't know if this symbolizes a person, place, or thing, but these are two closed doors. We've got like a creepy haunted house vibe here with the gargoyles and stuff like that. These doors are locked and bolted, and you know, sometimes this card comes up for people who could be a Sagittarius for some of you, because of the 8 + 1, that's 9. Maybe you're just learning from being told no, or learning from saying no. This could be that you're forbidding other people, but for some of you, you straight up have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn who is forbidden to be around you. Like the universe or your guides, something spiritual, is kind of like you're protected from them. So just be careful, because if that applies to you guys, if you're a Leo and you're dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person that you just split from or separated from, like this might be kind of a message here that this new moon, you know, this Venus retrograde is trying to bring people back up from the past, right? So just ground yourself, right, Leo, and be very logical when it comes to what you know is good for you and what you know is not good for you, because there's some closed doors here, okay? And these doors are very logical and grounded, and there's a reminder here even about a risk that you took, even though it was complicated. And then we have obedience, which is the Libra energy, okay? See how that's very Libran? So Libra season was all about some sort of risk that you guys took, and it was to conclude something, right? To end a chapter. So hopefully you know what this means, Leo. This is, maybe there's some forbidden communication going on here with earth signs. You know, anybody who makes you feel like you're not logical or makes you feel crazy, maybe there's some gaslighting going on, but I am seeing forbidden communication. So if there's anyone who argues with you, Leo, anyone who doesn't hear your truth, anyone who makes you feel like you're not being heard, then you are forbidden. The cards are saying, you know, forbidden's a harsh energy. It's a strong no. So maybe there's somebody, maybe there's an earth sign or some sort of person in your life. Doesn't have to be an earth sign, it could be any sign. It's just showing earth, because they're very logical and realistic, and maybe non-emotional even. So if you're dealing with people like that, people that don't hear you out, stuff like that, maybe it's best to leave that door closed, because this new moon is kind of like setting the new intention, okay? So that's for you to decide there, Leo. Very interesting message there, but there's a reminder here, just like Aries got. And it's interesting that Aries got a reminder, and Aries is showing up here with reminder. So some of you definitely have something going on with the Aries. Alright, so let's move on to Virgo. Virgo is the 6th house, the mutable earth sign, but Virgo, this energy is your 2nd house. So, you know, you guys have already made it through the abyss. You've made it through your birthdays, and so I bet the pressure has really lit up. Like, it's kind of lighter now for you, Virgo, is what I'm trying to say. So Libra is your 2nd house of finances, okay? Virgo, you're an earth sign, so, you know, finances and all that, worth, value, that's important to you. And it's really important that that's balanced around this time of the new moon, because Libra symbolizes balance and fairness. So there's certain things that may come up money-wise. Okay, I'm not sure what end of the spectrum you guys are going to be on when it comes to that, but balance in money right now is really important to you, Virgo. So that's good for some of you. You guys could be getting money back from certain people, or just getting payouts from the universe, but it's really important that, and you know, I also want to mention that this is the house of resources. So just take note of any new resources that come in. If you guys want new resources or new money or anything like that, beautiful time to spread intention about that out into the universe. So let's see what this second house message is for Virgo, for the Libra new moon. Virgo, new moon in Libra. What is the message for Virgo for the new moon in Libra? Well, whatever it is, Virgo, it's going to be something that is kind of deeply hidden. As soon as I say that, it comes out. Alright, so, alright, Virgo, no wonder this message took a while to come out. So, as we were talking, this is talking about money for you, Virgo, and your resources and stuff like that. So, we do have the card of deceit. But, it fell upside down, and I picked it up upside down, Virgo. So, if there's anything about your resources or your finances or anything deceitful around your money, anything like that, Virgo, if anyone stole from you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like these people are going to get their karma back. I haven't even talked about that yet. But Libra, I'm going to put that on my notes for some reason, even though I'm probably never going to look at this again. Libra is karmic. It's about the court system and stuff like that. So I feel really bad for anybody who's deceived Virgo about money. And, you know, for a small percentage of you, this could, you know, be about you. I don't know if you've been deceitful about your money or anything like that, but be careful, because this is an honest energy. When we have deceit, this is lying, hidden agendas, lust. So I don't know if there's anyone around you that has hidden agendas about money, or if they've been stealing resources from you, Virgo. But because Libra is your second house, karma is going to come in and balance all that out for you. This might mean this new moon might bring up certain information about that, Virgo. Like, you might find out that someone stole from you, or that someone might find out that you were linked to some kind of like something. Okay, there's something fishy going on here, and it's in the reverse. So this is like light being shed on deceitful behavior, and this has to do with your worth. It has to do with your finances and your resources, Virgo. So if there's any resources that you feel have been wrongfully taken from you, it doesn't have to be by like a person. It could be from like a corporation, or maybe your job isn't paying you enough. This deceit is going to come out differently for all of you, and it may have to do with a Cancer for some of you, because we do have the Beauty card, and you know, this is definitely a Libra energy, right? Libra is ruled by Venus, which is beauty, the goddess of love. So Virgo, you belong in a place of beauty, right? You need to consider the foundation right now of where your beauty is growing from, the vision that you have, Virgo, right? And be careful not to build walls up against yourself and be too serious, you know what I'm saying? Because it's making you a rigid individual. This could be taking place in the job or something like that, but you ultimately belong in a place of beauty. So maybe this is talking about the beauty of your home, okay? And the vision that you have about where you belong and about beauty. You know, and I don't know what this deceit is about. I love that it's reversed, though. I feel very strongly that it's in reverse, Virgo. It fell in reverse. I picked it up in the reverse. So I don't know. There's an energy here of deceit that is not doing so well around Virgo. Like, Virgo is protected by karma, especially if there's any deceit around the money or the resources or job, or even co-workers. Like, you know, it could even be in relationships, Virgo, because Libra is all about relationships. So where there was lies and deceit and cheating and deception before, there's going to be like beautiful roses built there, right? Because you belong in this place of beauty. And I keep saying that because I literally see it. It says belonging in beauty. And then you have this vision, but the vision is being blocked by some kind of wall. So some of you guys might be like experiencing creative blocks or writer's block, and if you are, the way through that is to get playful when it comes to your success. Maybe you even need to take a risk with your emotions, Virgo, in order to kind of let down your walls a little bit and release this vision that you have inside you. Because I'm telling you, you belong in beauty, and I feel like something beautiful may have been stolen from you. And obviously you understand that emotionally. You understand this emotionally. So this was something that was taken from you, and it had value to it, right? And this could, I don't know when this was, Virgo, but either way, you're getting, like, I'm seeing a hand being like extended to you. Like, here you go, Virgo. Remember that time 6 years ago when I took your favorite button? You know what I mean? Like, well, here's something in the replace of that. So, you know, the ultimate message here, Virgo, is to not deceive yourself, okay? We don't want to forget to talk about self-deception when this card comes up. So when we're dealing with the second house imbalances, please don't sell yourself short. No more selling yourself short, Virgo. You know your worth now. You've already experienced your birthday and things like that. So you know your worth, you know your value, and you know, don't accept anything less than that. In a job, in relationships, from your family, I don't care who it is. Virgo, you're priceless, okay? And there's certain things that can never be stolen from you. So just be careful of these deceitful individuals that are being exposed. And maybe this is people opening up and being honest about that. But where there was lies before, there will be beauty now. So that's pretty awesome, Virgo. And it's happening in your house of resources and finances. So that'll be interesting. But Libra's gonna balance that out karmically for you guys. All right. So speaking of Libra, let's move into this Libra energy. Happy birthday, Libra. This is your new moon. So the sun and the moon are both in your sign, Libra. And it's really, really interesting here. This is all about who you are, Libra. You know, and you're not used to that because you usually, you know, Libra kind of can lose their self as an individual to, you know, because you're the opposite sign of Aries. So when you're a scale and you don't have a soul and you're a detached air sign, sometimes you can lose your individuality, right? This is a secret. Nobody knows that this is what causes Libra to feel unjustified and, you know, not balanced. So Libra, this is your time of year, your birthday, where the sun shines for you. You know, even the moon is being mysterious in your sign right now, and your energy is being used all across the land to really balance out everything and to create fairness. All right, so don't lose yourself to this energy, Libra. And the card that we have coming out for you is conclusion, and this is great because this is the end to something forever, Libra. Like these cycles of these moons, especially when we have the Taurus full moon, this is some sort of ending, right? Before we can end something, before we can start a new chapter, there has to be the ending to a different chapter. And we have the number 12 here. So I feel like there's some Virgo Libra stuff going on. And I actually know that because I was reading tarot the other night and the Hermit card and the Justice card kept showing out. And the only thing I can think of is that there's some stuff going on in the heavenly realms because Virgo is the angel, Libra is the archangel. Alright, so some of you guys, if you're dealing with a Virgo, because your 12th house is Virgo, and we have the number 12 up there, so this really is an ending. And then we have the card Deceit. Virgo just got this card, guys, but it was in the reverse. So I'm not sure if there's any Virgo Libra like deception going on or something like that, but I don't know what you angels do. You guys are in different realms, but there is a new beginning. So maybe there's something here with an Aries, or maybe there's something here in your relationships, Libra. This new moon may really, really show you where the deception is. Remember, there is self-deception as well. Maybe there's certain friends around you, but Libra wants a new beginning spiritually in their relationships. You guys want beautiful spiritual relationships. You guys belong. We have the belonging card. So basically what this says is that the beauty of belonging, right? And, you know, the High Priestess of Spirit shows that there's many faces, right? I don't know if you can see all the different faces back there, but there's a lot of people surrounding you right now, Libra, for your birthday. This is a very social time for you guys because you're a very social, charismatic sign. You're very smart, Libra. You're very intellectual. But my cards are telling me that there is some sort of, I don't know if someone deceives you of a new beginning, or maybe this deception leads you to a new beginning with a person, place, or thing. Again, I'm seeing Virgo and I'm seeing Aries. But Aries is your 7th house of relationships. So this is talking about a new beginning, and we've got that number 1, right? So we've literally got the 1st house and the 12th house, Aries and Pisces here. And like I said, there's something that's very much concluding for you, Libra. There's a conclusion that this new moon represents for you. And this, you know, this is setting the intention for new beginnings and not letting anyone steal that away, steal your shine away. And I know that this has something to do with the vision that you have as well. And the fact that Libra wants spiritual, beautiful, new beginnings in relationships. That's where you belong. You belong in beauty. You are ruled by the goddess of love, Libra. So it's really important that you're, you know, connecting spiritually and beautifully in the relationships that you belong in. So that's just what I'm getting here. And there could be, these books have a lot written in them. You know, this isn't just a short story. This is the story of your life, Libra. And you can see here that there's an ending in a chapter 1. So maybe you're starting a new chapter. You know, maybe there's something that you're kind of wrapping up with this new moon. This is a cycle, okay? And in 6 months, we'll have Aries season when there's a full moon in Libra, not a new moon. So I feel like, you know, the card that came out for you is conclusion. So that's what the message is, but the bottom of the deck was deceit. So be very careful not to deceive yourself right now, Libra. Like, you are writing this story, okay? Don't let anyone else write this ending for you, okay? Some people get really lazy when it comes to the ending. I'm a writer. I haven't wrote in a long time, but when I used to write, I would love the beginning. The beginning would really grab my attention of a story. And then the middle was but the beginning is when I would really just want to kind of wrap it up, you know what I mean? And have a full story. So maybe there's something in your life like that right now, Libra, where you're really wanting to conclude something forever. Like there's something that you want to be over, right? You want the end to something emotionally or intuitively or something like that. Maybe, I don't know why this will be. So what I'm getting here is that this is the conclusion of something deceitful. Like if there was anyone in your life who deceived you, if there was any people, places, and things in your life that were negative or lying or had hidden agendas, those people, those friends, some of you guys, Libra, some of your friends are not friends, okay? And you're air signs, so your friends are important to you. So this is the ending to something deceitful. This is the ending to even you deceiving yourself. And then literally you start a new beginning, right? Like that chapter 1. Here we go. Here it is. And it's a chapter where you're just on fire. It's a chapter where there's new relationships and new beauty. You find a new sense of belonging. Maybe some of you guys move homes or something, but it's beautiful and it's a vision that you had. So for you, Libra, this is the end to deceit. Okay? It's the end to false friendships and false relationships. This new story that you're writing, this however old you are, right? Our birthdays, all Libras are going through birthdays right now. So when your birthday's here, you're obviously on the earth for another year, right? So this time around, this is like the old you, the ending to the year old that you were. And now that you're on the earth for another year, this new story is going to be written, and there's not going to be any room for people who lie or any room for people who aren't fair or justice, like people who just aren't, you know, one-sided people that have hidden agendas and just lie and cheat and steal. Like, Libra, you're starting a new story about you, and if it's about you, you know, then it's going to be a story about balance where two people win together. It's going to be a story about fairness and justice for all, you know what I mean? So that's beautiful, Libra. I feel like there's something really deep going on with you guys, and I'm not even surprised because this is your new moon. So whatever this new beginning is, it is very spiritual, it is very beautiful, and there is something that is coming to a full closed chapter, a conclusion, which is not surprising to me, Libra. This new moon is definitely the symbol of something ending subconsciously, something ending emotionally. So happy birthday, Libra. Write your story as an individual. Don't forget yourself. Don't forget who you are, okay? Don't allow anyone to deceive you of that. Because the sun is in your sign right now. So there's certain things that you're aware of that no one else is aware of. So let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm interested to talk to you about this because this is your 12th house. And whenever you have a 12th house moon, shit gets trippy and real. So watch your dreams and stuff like that. What the fuck? So Scorpio, this is the house of your subconscious, okay? You've got a lot of darkness there, but you're a Scorpio, so you handle darkness differently, right? You purify the darkness. You know that you need darkness to transform and to become reborn, right? This is what you're doing before you step into your first house of self, which is interesting. We have that portrayed here. I don't know what's going on with the zodiac signs. The card that came out for you though, Scorpio, is the fledgling. This came out in Libra a little bit. So there's definitely, this new moon has like, has energy of a new beginning here for certain people, okay? So Scorpio, this is a brand new beginning, right? And this card talks about not knowing everything until you experience it, okay, Scorpio? So there could be something that's inspired by this new moon to where like you kind of intuitively know Like, oh, if I go down that road, it'll probably, and you guys are pretty psychic, I will give you that. But there's something that you need to do now, Scorpio, with this new moon. There's something that you really need to do, because there's no proof like experience. Like, I've experienced it. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that is what I just heard, okay? So there's like a new beginning. Maybe there's just something that, it's like a never-ending story, you know what I'm saying? Been there, done that, yawn. So Scorpio's really wanting a number one. Like, they're really wanting a fresh start, a new beginning. This makes sense. This is like a subconscious new beginning, okay? So if you want to set new intention for anything, any new job, new relationship, new anything can be new, right? But this is a number one. This is like the Fool card in tarot. So it could involve an Aries, it could involve a risk, but it's new, Scorpio. This is about you experiencing something new. And now we have this motherfucking Deceit card. This is showed up for Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio now. So what the hell? So this new moon is gonna, like, because this new moon has a lot to do with karma, okay? And you guys have Venus in your sign, okay, retrograde. So be very careful with the obsession, Scorpio, and the revenge. Please don't sting back yet, Scorpio. You can sting all you want in a couple weeks when the sun is in Scorpio, okay? The universe is gonna sting us all anyways. So deceit. I don't know if someone has a hidden agenda. Just be careful that no one around you deceives you of this new beginning, okay, Scorpio? There's something complicated here, all right? But there's something you need to summon as well, all right? But you got to be obedient. There's a reminder here of the rules, okay? Some kind of rules and something that you're summoning. Even though your life is complicated right now, Scorpio, you're still summoning the energies in your life, very spiritual energies. So I feel like for some of you this is a new beginning, even though there's been deception and lying. You guys have dealt with certain betrayal. I do feel like in your case, Scorpio, you have been deceiving yourself about something. Like, you know that there's something that you need to start new. You know that you need to start new with a new person, or you need to start new. Like, there's some sort of very new energy. Like, this is like the caterpillar at the end of its days. Like, come on, dude. You know you're a butterfly. Like, you know you're a butterfly. Why are you still walking around like a caterpillar? So don't deceive yourself of this new beginning, Scorpio, because I feel like this new fledgling, this is telling you to experience. Don't be afraid to, like, start over, even though there's been, you know how that is, Scorpio. When someone betrays you and someone deceives you or lies to you, you guys get really obsessed with how it happened. Like, how did this person get in? How did they know? It's not you, Scorpio, okay? There's just people in the world like that. So I'm not sure if this is friendships or just groups of people that you're around, but there's something complicated around this deception, all right? And that's probably why you were deceived, is because it was really complicated and you were busy trying to summon something from the underworld, you know? But here it is, okay? This is a new beginning. This new moon is all about setting intentions to start completely new so that you can just kind of be set on fire from the inside out, okay? This person is like just passionate about something, passionate about this new journey. And I feel like this is a new journey without the complications, right? Without the deceit, without the lying, just without all the rules, you know what I'm saying? Even though there is a reminder here of the rules that you know, okay? And it's interesting. I feel like there's some spiritual shit going on here because we have summon, right? Scorpio, you guys are really, really powerful demigods. So, you know, you guys have really hidden power, and the universe is like, Scorpio, don't forget the rules while you're summoning, all right? Don't forget the rules. I'm serious. It's summoning, obedience, and then there's a reminder. So the loophole, what I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, is if you're getting blocked from summoning something, then just wish for it. Okay, I might get in trouble for telling you guys that, but as long as it's an honest wish, something that will serve you for your highest good, you'll get it. If there's something you've been trying to manifest or summon, even though you're following the rules, just wish for it. There is a reminder here of some rules. It kind of reminds me of the Scorpio embargo, which is complicated in itself, but you do have a new beginning here. And I don't want you to let any people, places, or things with hidden agendas deceive you of that, because this new moon is your birthright to begin new, all right? It's a subconscious new journey. So you guys could have dreams about this new beginning, or maybe strong emotions about this new beginning, but either way, you're starting over, Scorpio. And I would embrace this. You know, it's almost your birthday, and I feel like you're starting with your best foot forward, all right? So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sag. This is your 11th house. So this is about your groups of friends. This is about the community that you live in. This is about the collective. So whenever we go through 11th house energy, gosh, does it seem powerful. It seems very powerful because this is the collective, all right? So this energy is probably all coming at you. This is collective darkness, balancing the collective, balancing, you know, things when it comes to, whenever you're in a group of people, whenever you're around more than 3 people, Sagittarius, balance is very important to you, okay? Because you've got that whole energy thing about you where you feel the energy of other people. You feel the energy of other people, and it gets kind of hectic, okay? You don't really notice when it happens, but Sagittarius, you're really powerful, okay? And you're mutable, so there's a lot of magic going on here. So this is about your friends, balance when it comes to your friendships, fairness, equality when it comes to your friendships. And if there's any new beginnings, so if some of you have friends that you want to be more with, perfect. If there's people that you're more with that you'd like to be friends with, this is perfect time to set new intention with that. Sag, we have the summoning card for you. This is like seriously a Sagittarius card for me, and I don't even know why. I think it's just because you guys are really magical. We've got the 13, so I don't know if October 13th is important to you guys. But this is about, like, even your words, okay? This card talks about even when we're talking, we're summoning an energy. Whenever you're talking about something, it summons that energy. So if I just were to talk about happiness, like happiness and, you know, joy, just like I'm talking about the Sagittarius vibe right now, right? So it's summoning you guys' energy to my space, which is probably why my candle is flickering, or maybe it's the wind, I don't know. But there's something in your life, Sagittarius, that is not being given to you right now because the universe wants to see if you will summon it. So there's a Scorpio energy here, okay? You might want to watch the Scorpio message because you also have obedience. So well, not for some reason, but Libra season, everything has to be fair. Everything has to be balanced. And so we have summoning and obedience coming out for Scorpio and Sagittarius. So you can summon, Sagittarius. You know, your magic is not restricted or anything like that, but just make sure you're not breaking the rules, okay? Because the obedience card talks all about the rules that have been placed, all right? And look at this balance, okay? So we've got a Libra energy. We've got the 48 up there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is definitely coinciding a little bit with the Libra and the Scorpio reading. So remember the rules. Remember being obedient and loyal to something, knowing that there's certain cycles to the visions that you have of success. That's just what I'm getting here, Sag. But the card that came out for you is Summon. And as I was saying, there's something that can only come from you now. Maybe it's a peace of mind. Maybe it's something that literally needs magic. Like this is like literally having A, B, and literally needing C, but not being able to get C from anywhere but inside yourself. Okay? Summoning something, Sagittarius, from those magical realms that you don't talk to anybody about, right? That place where you get all your energy from, that place where you get your passion, your fire, and your sexuality from, that's the same place where you can draw this magic from. So I'm not sure if it has to do with the home environment or if it has to do with your community or your family or emotions, because we've got the 4 here. So that's that emotional energy, that foundation. You are going to need a foundation for this magic. All right? Zoom, zoom. You are going to need a foundation to summon this, okay? And it's interesting I say that because look what this lady is standing on. She's standing on this foundation, right? So there's something here about being obedient to your foundation right now. Wherever you're stationed right now, Sagittarius, whatever community you're in, you have been placed there for a very karmic reason, okay? And you need to continue being loyal to whatever you've committed yourself to, especially when it comes to certain visions of success that you have. There may be a risk, okay? It may be a risk to let something go so that you can heal. But this is all so that you can create something from nothing, okay? This new moon is about setting the new intention, for yourself and like summoning balance in your own life, summoning the obedience, right? So I'm not sure if some of you guys are like in certain jobs or something like that, the rules are coming up, but I'm telling you, our magic, there's people that are magic, right? People like me and you, Sagittarius, and other zodiac signs sometimes, especially Scorpio, because they got this message too. But it's so interesting what I'm getting from this. You can summon, but you have to be obedient still. So our magic is kind of being censored, all right? Because you got to be careful what you do in Libra season, because Libra is all about karma. So whatever you do on one end of the spectrum is going to affect this end of the spectrum, okay? It's like a teeter-totter. So you just want to be careful with karma and stuff like that with Libra. And that's why Scorpio got that message, because Scorpio also is trying to summon something, and Sagittarius got the summoning card. So the best thing I can tell you right now, Sagittarius, is that thing that you want, that person, that place, that thing, you can't get it anywhere other than yourself right now. And you're going to have to get it through your own obedience, through staying magical and being obedient to your foundation. And this may feature, you know, certain friends and groups for you, Sagittarius. I'm not sure. So hopefully that helps, guys. Capricorn. So we got the last cardinal sign. So, you know, Libra also squares you. And this is your 10th house. So just like Cancer, you're going through very similar energy. You're going through very familiar territory. Capricorn, you live in the 10th house. You live in that area of your life that has to do with career, long-term goals, ambition, your legacy. So now it's time for you to balance that out, though. It's time for you to review the fairness, the equality, the harmony that is featured in your career. You know, are you being treated fairly in your career, Capricorn? Have you even stopped to notice whether you're getting paid equally, whether you're getting treated in a justice kind of way? Because Capricorn, you're like a workhorse. You're a goat. You're the greatest of all time. And when you're that great, sometimes you don't stop to notice if your worth is being accommodated, if you know what I mean. So now, Capricorn, Libra is representing that for you, representing the fairness, representing the equality in your career, all right? And this is coming up in this reading right now. So the card that came out for you, Capricorn, is belonging. Belonging where you are, Capricorn, or perhaps, you know, like I'm seeing that this new moon is really going to show you where you belong. Okay, we've got this big, beautiful house, right, with the lights on. So you're going, that the light in that house represents awareness. And so you're going to be, so this might be involved the career, right? Maybe you're starting to really figure out where you belong as far as a career, where you belong as far as your legacy, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to know where you are when this feeling comes over you, Capricorn, because you're going to know how it resonates with you. So this is about finding that career, finding that balance where you belong. And it really is about balance, and it definitely is about obedience, because we have the underlying energy here of obedience. So definitely a Libra energy. You might be dealing with a Libra, but this is the rules. Okay, this is going to be a different message for you than it was for Sagittarius and Scorpio. So when it comes to rules and regulations, Capricorn, you are better at that. Capricorn wants to know the rules immediately, right? Because you guys don't want to be inconvenienced with the burden of you broke that rule, you didn't do that right, you did that by cheating. Like, that is gross to Capricorn. So you guys like to be obedient. You like others to be obedient to you as well. So there is something here about belonging and obedience, belonging, knowing that certain rules are here for a reason, right? Belonging, your foundation is coming up here as well, Capricorn. Making sure, so what this is like belonging in a place of balance, because this lady is balancing, right? She has that sword. So this is also your communication, right? You might have to speak out about certain rules that are being broken. You might find yourself doing that, Capricorn, like, hey, you know, we're not allowed to do that until 6. Hey, we're not allowed to do that. Like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you might be really calling shots and balancing, okay? But we are meditating towards success, Capricorn, and we're doing that by regaining our confidence, and then we do have deceit for you as well. So as far as this new beginning, don't allow anyone to deceive you from it, Capricorn. Don't allow anyone to deceive you and make you feel like you're insecure. When, where, why, how? No. And that's why you're meditating on it, Capricorn. There is a need to meditate on your own success. And really, though, not allow anyone to deceive your confidence. Because if there's anything that you are right now, it is confident. And if you're not feeling confident, ask yourself why, and I bet you it's linked to some sort of mortal, to some kind of muggle or something, okay? So just make sure you're considering the rules to something right now, Capricorn, being obedient to Saturn. Saturn is in your sign, so obedience is something you can't get away from right now. And being obedient when it comes to your sense of belonging, because belonging for earth signs is a completely different vibe. Like, this is your whole damn house. It's your whole foundation, right? Don't blind yourself to the injustices going on in your career or your job or your money or your relationships. You're going to figure out where you belong and all that. You know, and you're going to figure out where your happiness stems from, Capricorn. And because you're that cardinal energy, because you're ruled by Saturn, you are going to do it in a way through obedience. That way, when you cut certain people off or when you move certain jobs or something, there's nothing they can say. You know, you followed all the rules, you did everything right, but where's Capricorn? Like, how do they do it? Well, because we're smooth as fuck like that. So this is definitely about rules, okay? Don't change the rules to something yet, Capricorn. And this is all about figuring out where you belong, where your happiness stems from. You know what I'm saying? It could have to do with some sort of home environment for some of you, the emotions you feel about where you live right now for some of you, because that does kind of contribute to the career. Some of you guys might have to work certain places because of where you live or vice versa. So just keep that in mind, Capricorn. Obedience and belonging in that obedience, you know, boundaries, okay? Setting rules and regulations for certain people that they can't cross. And it's about your 10th house, all right? That was all about your career. Okay, Aquarius. So this is the last air sign message. So you're going to understand this Libra energy better than most people as well. And you're going to be doing a lot of learning, Aquarius. Do you have your learning cap on, Aquarius? Because Libra season is all about learning. It's all about philosophy and knowledge. And for you, Aquarius, you learn best from duality. You learn best. Did you ever notice that, Aquarius? How you learn best by seeing two different things work together. You know, Aquarius is the type that can learn from salt and pepper, right? They'll learn from on and off. Like, you need to see both ends of the spectrum to learn. And I think that's because, well, there was a risk and a choice, Aquarius. I don't know if that's for you or not, but some of you may have a choice to make soon. It might involve a risk, all right? But those cards came out kind of funny, so I'm just going to let them come out. But yeah, this is about long distance travel. So this might be, you guys might be setting the intention to travel somewhere kind of far. But this is just a very learning energy. My 9th house is Libra as well. So we have that in common, Aquarius. So, you know, this is about learning from balance, all right, Aquarius? Learning from justice. You guys are such peacemakers, just like Aquarius, just like Libra. Libras are the peacemakers, Aquarians are the humanitarians, so they kind of go hand in hand. So you're learning from this Libra new moon, all right? If you guys want, this could be about your education. So if there's any Aquariuses watching, okay. If there's any Aquariuses watching that, you know, want to start something new with your education, if there's anything tied into your education and learning, then this is the time to set new intention for that. Signing up for school, you know what I'm saying? Maybe getting out of school. Any changes, anything that you want to come to fruition about your education or school, all right? That's coming up with the 9th house. But, you know, we had risk come out. This came out for you guys first, and then I didn't feel really good. So there may be a choice linked to this risk. Maybe some of you guys are choosing not to take a risk because we did have risk come out and now it's upside down. But when I just shuffled, risk came out with choices. So some of you guys may make a choice not to take a risk. This could be an Aries for some of you because this reminds me of the Fool card. Some of you guys are risking your foundation right now for something more beautiful. Maybe you're learning. Maybe right now, Aquarius, you can learn best from the risks and the leaps of faith that you're taking. So if there's anything, you know how it is, Aquarius. You guys like to calculate everything. You guys are robots. You're machines. You're aliens. So it's very, very rare for an Aquarius to move forward without knowing intellectually what's going on, all right? You have to solve the equation before you move forward. But this is like not doing that, Aquarius. This is just jumping into something new. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe it's a new home environment. Maybe it's jumping into school again after a while. Maybe it's taking a risk and stop going to school. But whatever it is, you're learning from faith right now, okay? This is a leap of faith. This is a risk. This is a new beginning. It's the 31, so I don't know if October 31st is important. The very last day of October might be when you take this risk. It ultimately has something to do with beauty, all right, and how the beauty of honesty is coming up here. And it may have to do with loyalty, all right? It may have to do with something about the cycles of loyalty and success. But there's definitely some kind of new beginning that is wanting to come up here for you, Aquarius. and it has something to do with being honest in a beautiful way. Okay, this air energy is going to have you communicating in a more honest way, and that's just going to be simply beautiful because you're growing from that. The flames are growing from that. This is definitely honest energy. And, you know, I feel like beauty, honest is beautiful, and beauty is honest. Like, beauty is one of the most truest things, right? And that's why Venus, you know, Venus is the goddess of love. This is a very Libra card to come up here. So this does talk about beauty not being skin deep, Aquarius. Don't let Venus retrograde make you feel any less attractive or like you're not growing. This could be the abundance of honesty. Like, there might be some honest conversations that take place around this new moon. And, you know, there could be a risk here for you to open up to someone. Maybe you open up, maybe you tell someone how you really feel, and that's like a super big risk, but it winds up being really beautiful. Remember, this did come up an upside down, though. So some of you guys might not be taking the risk. Maybe because you don't take this risk, it's not honest. All right, this is going to be different for all of you. All right, all of you are dealing with different energy. You have a different sun, moon, and rising. So when it comes to jumping off this cliff, only you can decide. If you want to calculate the jump before you do that, Aquarius, you know, that's you. You're being loyal to the cycles, okay? And either way, it's going to depend on the honesty of your heart. Like, if it's truly honest for you guys not to take this risk right now, then, you know, maybe it's not best that you take this risk. But if you know deep down inside that this is beautiful and that you want to take this risk of honesty, then maybe you do take that leap of faith, Aquarius. It's going to be different for all of you guys, but I see that it's going to be beautiful. It has something to do with loyalty, the cycles here. Something is coming full cycle. And maybe this is the denial of a new beginning. Maybe you don't want to jump too soon, Aquarius. Okay, maybe you're feeling a little bit trapped and you don't want to reach for something before it's ready, before it's ripe, okay? So lots of messages there for you, Aquarius. I don't want to get too deep into your personal space, but I just see that there's some sort of beautiful risk. Maybe you guys take a risk with beauty, all right? Maybe some of you guys chop your hair off or dye your hair red or pink or yellow or something. And let me tell you, anything that you do to yourself beauty-wise during a Mercury or during a Venus retrograde is a freaking risk, okay? So if you're cutting hair and getting tattoos and doing anything like that, then you are risking your beauty. Some of you guys are risking your beauty for honesty. So, you know, Aquarius, 6 plus 2, that's 8. So it's really interesting that this is the 26th. Maybe on October 26th, you guys choose to be honest about something when it comes to loyalty. Maybe it's with a Leo. Maybe it's with a Scorpio. Maybe it's with a Virgo. But yeah, this is like the 8 energy. So something hidden that you become honest about, Aquarius. And it's risking something beautiful. It's risking the growth of something when you're coming out and being honest like that. But, you know, Libra energy is all about truth, facts, justice, fairness. It's not fair to be lied to. Maybe this honesty, maybe this goes both ways. Some of us do. Maybe this is someone being honest about you, Aquarius. I think maybe someone's going to come out and be honest about either someone wasn't loyal, something, honesty and loyalty. So that's some conversations that are going to be taking place. Remember, you're learning from all this, though, Aquarius. You're learning from these risks. You're learning from this beauty. You're learning from honesty right now. So that's pretty cool, Aquarius. The 9th house is also about expansion. So I feel like there's going to be certain risks that you take to expand something, okay? And it's going to be a home environment for a lot of you, because we have the 31 and then that's 4. So that's going to be like home, family. But it's something beautiful, Aquarius. So let's go move on to Pisces. Oh, the last sign, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces. This is our 8th house, guys. 8th house moon. 8th house new moon is really interesting. Okay? Really, really interesting. This is about sex. For us, it's about intimacy. It's about shared resources. It is about secrets. The 8th house is invisible. The 8th house is hidden. So this is a very death energy. All right, Pisces, we're dying. We're dying right now. There's certain things around us that are dying, but we're also becoming reborn. So what Spirit wants to talk to us about with this new moon in Libra is invisible, but invisible is upside down. So perhaps we're coming out of our shell a bit, Pisces. Perhaps we're maybe the invisibility potion is wearing off and the universe is making us kind of come out of isolation. because, you know, the card, this invisible card is kind of a depressing one. It talks about someone who just doesn't feel like they fit in. They don't feel like they're being seen. But Pisces, it's kind of interesting that we're going through 8th house energy. Something is no longer going to be invisible to us. Because this is the balance, like our sexual balance, right? The resources we share with people, they better be balanced, or the universe is going to come in, Libra is going to come in. But there's something that was hidden, right? The 8th house just reminds me of hidden. It reminds me of something that's a secret. So invisible is another word for hidden. And I feel like something is going to be made visible to you, Pisces, with this new moon. It might come to you like a aha, or like, wow, I see that now. I really see that now. You know, and I think this is also us becoming more visible. Something is becoming more, like, it's the illusion. It's our rose-colored glasses, Pisces. Like, it's so ironic that we see better in the dark, isn't it? It's almost like we're cats. Cats see better in the dark. There's something that we're going to be able to see better. We're going to be more enlightened in this time of darkness, okay? We're going to be able to be reborn more by allowing ourselves to be seen. Like, maybe this is really allowing people to see us in our vulnerable moments, being honest and open. Something's coming to visibility, though. Invisible in the reverse, it's visible, right? It's interesting. She always looks like she's jumping into like a different portal. So there's something here at Pisces. We are coming out of the world of the unseen, and we are entering the realm of the very much seen. And it's because we're getting into that Scorpio time. It's Halloween. Like, I don't know about you guys, but my vibes are like, ooh, spirit, ooh, a unicorn. Like, I know. Like, I'm just knowing a lot right now. Okay, so there's something here about our fulfillment, Pisces. This is kind of like the Ace of Cups, so it could be like the fulfillment in our relationships, our sexual fulfillment, our intimate fulfillment, the fulfillment of our shared resources, secrets. What secretly fills your cup, Pisces? Is it red wine? Is it pomegranate? What is your secret cup of fulfillment? And it's about understanding that, Pisces. You know, we've got a message here that says, I said we got a message here, and we literally have the message here. So there's a message here about something that we wished for, something that we remained silent about because we were listening to the wishes of others. But now there's a message coming in here about understanding love. We have love and understanding here. So before we can fill that cup, before we can come back out from the shadows, Pisces, because Pisces really is, you know, you're going to start seeing your Pisces friends more because, you know, we've really filled our cup. All right, we've been really spending time alone, doing really crazy stuff in the other realms. So our cup is half full now. Like, is this half full or half empty to you, Pisces? And this is like our emotion, okay? It's also red wine. Maybe it's blood for some of you creepy Pisces. But either way, this is about our fulfillment. What secretly fulfills you, right? And how can that further, you know, Aries did get this love card here too. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Aries. But this is about, you know, understanding that it's safe to open your heart again, Pisces. This is someone giving their heart as a gift. And, you know, don't give your heart to anyone who doesn't understand you, Pisces. You know, love and understanding have to go hand in hand with us now. Because we can't give our heart to people who don't truly understand us. And it's very hard to understand a Pisces. So if you know someone in your life who really fulfills you, and you know, let me just tell you, nothing fulfills a Pisces more than truly feeling understood. Like, even when people don't really understand us, if they somehow make us feel understood, we're like, oh my God, marry me now. Like, no one makes Pisces feel understood. So love and understanding, you know what I mean? Understanding more about love right now. Libra season is really helping us about that. Setting new intention, Pisces, to come out of these shadows, right? How do we come out? Do we come out like this? Do we come out real creepy and secretively? You know, do we come out with a fucking glass of wine? You know, but what we really do, Pisces, you know, all joking aside, we come out full of love and understanding because of the things that we've been through, all right? Because of that Pisces full moon a couple months ago. But I think our heart is like filling with understanding or something like that. And I mean, I would say this person's pretty fucking visible, right? She's like got the sun beaming on her. This person is not that visible. The hair is in front of her face, but this woman's got her arms open of acceptance. And you know, this has everything to do with relationships because we have the 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. So that we're understanding other people's hearts and I think our heart is also being understood. We're understanding certain completions happening right now in love, because we have that number 10, understanding beginnings and endings in love, right? And when to offer our hearts to those who understand us. But this is the number 7, so understanding our relationships, understanding our heart in love. There's a huge message here about that. But the bottom of the deck was understanding fulfillment. So there's something here that we ultimately need to understand about being half full, why we needed to be in this time of hiding, where we've been, Pisces, and do we tell anyone about it? Because it's crazy, right? And you know, we have another card here that's the number 7. So we've got a lot here about relationships, invisible relationships, Pisces. Perhaps affairs for some of you guys. Understanding love and like messages. So I feel like a lot of us are going to receive a message from someone with this new moon. It might be something that we were wishing for, something that we were waiting for and listening to, right, for a long time. So listening to this message of a wish, because there's something here, and it's a message that we're wishing for, and it ultimately helps us understand our heart more. And it helps us understand invisible fulfillment. So perhaps we're fulfilling ourselves in an invisible way, Pisces. But I think ultimately there's something here that's coming out of hiding, and it could be a relationship. Libra is all about relationships, and this for us is our 8th house of like intimacy. So the intimacy in our relationships and how we're balancing that out. So very interesting, Pisces. I think we know what that means. I think we know. I think we know. So I am going to get one last card for us, guys, and I am off of here. Jeez, almost 2 hours. It's worth it. It's worth it to see where we all are. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it to sit here looking a hot mess like this in this heat. So let's see. All right. So the message for all of us with this new moon in Libra is a message of success. So in some way or another, guys, this new moon is going to really bring about new success in our life. Okay, we're going to receive some sort of congratulations. This could just be a simple congratulations for making it this far. All right, for completing certain things. But, you know, we're being congratulated by our success. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you actually receive some sort of congratulations, like, hey, you're accepted, hey, you're here, like, you're gonna have this new job, like, you know, any kind of written document that is kind of successful, like, you know, congratulations. So this is definitely a congratulations of success for us all. This could be success in our relationships. This could be a congratulations in our relationships. Some of you could be getting married. Congratulations. You know, people say that for marriage. And then the bottom of the deck is hope. So, you know, this moon is restored hope for us spiritually, guys. This is restored hope in our relationships. It's interesting how Libra season comes in to do that, right? Restores our hope in our spiritual relationships. We have the number 7 there. Libra is the 7th house. So we're definitely going to get inspired by love in certain relationships that we thought could be over. You know, there's going to be a sudden spark of hope with this new moon. There is going to be a new beginning. All right. Now, it's up to us whether we start these new beginnings, because we have the fledgling here. Okay. So this is a brand new beginning. You know, for those of you who are afraid to experience love, you're never going to know how it played out. You know what I mean? And so, you know, be careful. There is a message here about not reaching for love too soon, not reaching for someone's heart. We have to let everybody, you know, this is Libra season, so it's relationships. If you want somebody and they're denying you, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not your time. You know what I mean? So there may be certain things that we're denied of at a heart level, okay? Some of us are going to deny certain things at a heart level. And it's probably because we're reaching for something too soon. Some of our hearts are not ready, okay? Just remember that all of us are walking on different paths of success, okay? We're all starting new beginnings, and we're all being restored hope spiritually. But we all have to heal at our own pace, all right? So there is a message here. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of messages of love this month, but some of those messages are going to seem a bit like denial, you know? There are going to be certain things that we're told no about. And you know why that is, guys? Because Libra is both ends. So Libra is all about, you know, yes and no, and maybe so. And Libra it brings people together just as much as it separates certain people. And just know that there's a reason, right? There's a spiritual reason behind these relationships, these new beginnings of spiritual hope. And you know, for some of us, the denial of love. And I think that's because there's just certain new beginnings. This is all about success now. Balance. I think we are successfully being congratulated about balance, guys. And there is some lust here that I just opened up to, especially at an emotional level. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. Aw. As soon as I said that, look. I said thank you so much for listening. Oh, man. Tarot. But yeah, guys. Thank you. This was kind of a longer video, but I hope all of you guys enjoyed your messages. They're kind of weird, you know. Libra's an air energy, so communication is very swift. So you really have to listen when it comes to the communication that takes place, especially because there's a new moon in Libra. So there's a lot of hidden communication right now, a lot of dark communication under the surface secret communication. So yeah, have fun with that, guys, and thank you so much. I'm going to get this uploaded now.